prestigious James Beard House in New York City to prepare a culinary masterpiece next week.
You know, he's already started working here, and we can smell it, and it's great. And you can actually enjoy a sample from one of the multi-course dishes right now. Jasper Mirabile is in the kitchen to show us the details. This is a big one. Hi, Jasper.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Jasper, brag on yourself a little bit. I mean, this is a huge compliment that you're going up there, right?
It is, and I really can't wait to go because I'm a little nervous, I will tell you, because, you know, you're in front of all these New York food critics, New York gourmands, people who know food, but I'm really honored that over 20 people from Kansas City are coming along with me. My guests, my friends are flying up. They're going to spend the weekend there, and it's going to be a great time. We'll talk about that. Did you know it's National Spaghetti Day today?
No.
Hey.
So you expected me to cook spaghetti, but I didn't. I have it with me, though. I had to bring it just to tell you that. I am going to make something that's really unique. It's actually my fourth course that I'm going to cook at the James Beard House. It's braised pork shanks, and I don't want to get people nervous when they cook this because they think it's so hard to prepare. It's not. Braising is easy. Roasting is easy. You must start off with the best ingredients, and that's really where it all begins, because if you have the best pork shanks, the best short ribs, the best ossobuco, then you can prepare these ingredients. The best tomatoes, I'm using these beautiful red gold tomatoes that I love. They're just like the Italian tomatoes. They're grown here in the United States, so we love to support our local farmers. Extra virgin olive oil, Chianti wine, the list goes on and on. Now, I say this all the time when I'm on mise en place. You must have your mise en place ready. You must have all your ingredients ready to cook. And that's what I have. I put this all together in about 20 minutes, and then I start my actual cooking. Now, we have here some carrots and onions and a little bit of celery, some potatoes and some peas. Of course, we have to have some garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, my Jasper seasoning. It's just a blend of Italian herbs, a little bit of olive oil, those tomatoes I talked about, a little Chianti. But we need to talk about the pork shank, and that's what I'm into right now, because this is the time of year. It's cold out, guys. Come on. So let's go ahead and talk about cooking a pork shank. Don't be afraid, because it looks like just some big hunk of meat. You're going to be a little worried, you know, when you want to cook it. It's not a problem at all. Let me switch this around a little bit, and let's actually start cooking this. We want to put a little bit of olive oil or butter in our frying pan. Now, I don't always like to cook with extra virgin olive oil when I'm braising something, because, I mean, it's pretty expensive. You want a little added flavor, though? You're going to get it there. And then I have the pork shank and a little bit of flour. So let's just dust this with a little bit of flour. And then we want to put just a little bit of sea salt right on top here. And if you want to, now's the time to put a little bit of cracked pepper. I like a little red pepper in there. And we'll just put this right in the frying pan here. We're trying to develop a nice little crust at this point. And that's really kind of simple to do right now, because what you want the flavors to start absorbing into your shanks, whether you're using short ribs, whether you're using ossobuco, if you're just doing a veal loin. You want to kind of get a nice crispy crust. And now you see, this is what I have available. I have it already in my second part here, and that is the pork shank itself already fried. So it looks like a nice crispy crust, almost like a fried chicken outer crust. That was just about 6 or 7 minutes in the pan. We braised it. We started to saute it, and then I actually, right here, no problem, start adding your ingredients. Now, you may or may not want the carrots this time. That's up to you if you want to add the carrots. They're going to get soft, but you know what? They'll almost disappear. That's where all your flavor's at. Of course, we'll add those beautiful tomatoes in here. We'll add a little bit of red pepper, like I said, and garlic. That's up to you. Now, you want the garlic in there. Do you want to saute it where it's going to burn? Sometimes you got to be careful. So I like to put the whole pieces of garlic in there where I'm going to get the flavor, and then I'll just fetch those back out later on, or someone's going to be lucky and get a nice piece of garlic. It's going to be nice and soft and a lot of flavor. You saute that in the pan still, and then we put a little bit of my seasoning right in there. It's just oregano and a little bit of parsley, a little bit of basil, a little bit of tarragon and fresh rosemary. I love rosemary in this. It's wintertime. That's when you start using all these different herbs and everything, kind of to mask the pork, you know. You want to kind of really empack it with a lot of flavor, but that flavor starts to come around. A little bit of Chianti wine. Flash that in your frying pan. Oh, my God, it's so good. A little bit of beef broth or pork or chicken stock. It's up to you in there. Put this in the oven, maybe 375, 400 for about 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and you have a perfect meal. The James Beard House, I'll be there next week, and I cannot wait. You're going to have 5 courses in New York City. I'll come back each week with more recipes.
Wow,
Sounds good.
that looks impressive.
Yeah, it does.
4 cloves of garlic, Jasper?
It's not hard, though. I want to make sure people know that, yeah, 4, maybe 5 or 6 cloves of garlic.
You always make it taste great. Thanks.